Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access. I'm Nathan, and together with Holly and Dave, last night I was lucky enough to take part in the Call of Duty World War II live stream announce. And right after the main show, we got to wrap up the details of the reveal, and then we had a chance to sit down with Michael and Glen from Sledgehammer Games to give the world's first interview on the new game. Here's what they said.
So, guys, so that was an amazing presentation. Thank you so much for joining us back on stage. For people who watch our channel, it's not a Call of Duty kind of dominated channel, so we hear boots on the ground a lot, right? And I think anyone who follows Call of Duty knows exactly what that means. But for the tens of people out there who don't, could you just kind of give us a sense of what does that mean for Call of Duty, where it is now, and what does boots on the ground, going back to boots on the ground, mean?
Yeah, I mean, boots on the ground, classic Call of Duty, run and gun, fast action, strategic gameplay, right? It's what Call of Duty was born with, and what we're bringing it back to. Yeah. So it's fun, it's fast, it's strategic, it's that great skill-based gunplay that made Call of Duty what it is today.
And it's also, I mean, one of the things that really struck me from your presentation, and I mentioned Band of Brothers on stage. I've actually been watching it with my son. He's probably slightly too young to watch it, so I won't say how old he is, but it is very interesting to think that there's a generation of players out there who this is going to be their first kind of big media exposure to World War II, right? And that's something that you guys get to give them. So is that something that you guys as a studio have thought about a lot?
Yeah, you know, we knew there'd probably be 1-2 generations that haven't really watched Private Ryan, and it's been 10 years since the last World War II game with Call of Duty. So that was one of the reasons why we paid real attention to getting everything right and trying to really tell the story. And as we said earlier, it's about respect, you know. And so we want to make sure that they're not, if they do, when they play the game, they learn something, and what they do learn will be correct. It's still about having fun, but get the details right.
I can tell you, though, when we started this journey almost 3 years ago, it was really wanting to tell a really impactful narrative and a story, largely to ensure that this sort of conflict doesn't happen again. And as we dove in with a military historian and got to know the veterans and really researched, it was powerful for us because not only were we telling the story so that it would never happen again, but we're telling it because the people who fought in that war aren't here to tell it for themselves, right? And so there is a lot of honor and respect that we've put behind this. Everybody at the studio has put behind it because
we learned a lot. I mean, we learned so much, digging really deep into it. And I think one of the other things is that in the last 20 years, a lot more information has gotten out. So, we've got some details that, may not have been around.
And guys, we talked a lot today about the the characters involved, and it obviously focuses around Red, but there's, dare I say, camaraderie or camaraderie. There's a squad. There's a squad of men. Exactly, friendship. There's friendship between soldiers. Any chance we're going to be seeing any of the story told from any of their perspectives, or is this very much Red's story?
Well, it's Red's story, but it's also the story of the platoon, and what they, who and what they encounter. So we will have different characters. I mean, this is an international war, so and it's also a different time, right? So we have a lot of different characters in the game, and we talked about Rousseau earlier, and Zussman and Crowley, who's British. We also have we bump into an African-American platoon that was there, and of course the way that they were treated is going to be shown in the game. And we don't really pull any punches in the game. We just try and tell the truth.
And really across the whole game, single player, multiplayer, zombies. This is a global cast and a diverse cast, right? So there's heroes of the war from all over the globe. Nearly every country is involved in some way, and so women heroes, men heroes, all kinds of diversity of opportunities to play characters throughout the World War II conflict, and that was important to us.
And Call of Duty is going back to World War II, which I know the whole world is very excited about, where it all began. Was part of your process at all going back and looking at the the early Call of Duty games set in World War II, and if so, what were you looking for, and what did you learn from those?
Glen and I have been making games for 20 plus years.
We remember them coming out.
And we were fans of the franchise before we were developers of the franchise. So it was a real honor to be given the opportunity as a studio. It was pretty humbling for Activision to give us a chance to bring it back to its roots. But we really wanted to tell our story, an original story. You know, the 1st Infantry, the fighting first 15,000 or 35,000 troops.
Yeah.
And we chose a squad of 12. So it's a very original and unique story that we bring to life in this game.
Cool. Now we have 1 minute, so there's one question I really want to ask, and that is about headquarters. So obviously,
you said you were going to grill us. Is this it?
Well, I've got a minute, so probably not.
Okay,
but can you really give us some kind of details? What do we do in this space? Now we've seen other online shooters with social spaces, and you can visit vendors, and you can interact with your friends. What are you actually bringing with headquarters?
Well, what I can tell you, E3 is going to be huge for us, right? But I will tell you, headquarters is a big deal. Headquarters is really a big innovation that we've put a lot of time into at the studio. We're calling it the off the front lines experience. There's so much great community of Call of Duty fans out there, and we want to provide a way for them to be rewarded, to compete, to be recognized, to show off, and to be social. So there'll be fun new things you can do only in headquarters. Uh-oh, I think I lost my mic.
Are you good?
And a bunch of ways to really engage in the community in ways you haven't done before.
Amazing. Well, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for coming back out and joining us.
Appreciate it.
Guys, thank you so much for watching at home, for being here. We really appreciate it. Very, very nerve-wracking.